Hey, what's up guys, Kirk Norbury here, and today we're going to be looking at Lightroom CC, and the feature that I want to look at is the new Panorama merge, which is a brilliant feature to have. For years everyone's had to go to other third-party applications like Photoshop or some other stitching panoramic thingy applications to get their images together and make one big panoramic image. So Lightroom have changed that and have built it into the newest version, Lightroom CC or Lightroom 6, whichever you want to call it. So just to get straight to it, there's 4 images here. This is taken in the Galloway Forest at a place called Clattering Shores, and this is the lock there. And it was a beautiful day, and the water was very calm, and there's some really great reflections. So I wanted to capture this, and I wanted to capture the whole of these mountains in the distance, and including the water reflection. So what I did is I set my camera up. Sometimes I set it up vertically. Actually, I usually set it up for the camera vertically and on the tripod, and take 6 frames or something like that to get the shot. In this case, it would have just been a load of sky, and it would have just a load of negative space that I wouldn't have used. So I just left it on horizontally and got the tripod nice and straight, got the camera nice and straight, got the spirit level on to keep it nice and level. And what I do is stick it in manual mode, so my exposure is the same, manual focus, pretty much manual everything. And every time I moved to the right, I'd give myself about a 30 to 50% overlap. So what I do is I'll pick a feature. It's usually something on the far right. In the first case, you'll see there's a house here, so I just use that, and then in the next frame I try and put it towards the middle. And I do that with pretty much everything. So the next one, there's these trees, again it's in the middle. And then it was this sort of gap here, so I put that towards the middle, and that's how I do it, just to give the application some more space to work with. So, how to make it. So what you do, you get all your images like this. These are complete raws, haven't been edited, haven't done anything with them. I'm just going to straight merge them together. So, select the first one, and shift and select the last one as well. So what you want to do is right click on one of the images, and you want to go down to photo merge, where you've got the new features, you've got HDR and Panorama. So you want to just click Panorama, and it will start generating a preview for you. And you can already see that it looks pretty much dead on, exactly what you'd expect. So your features up here, you've got the auto select projection, which is Lightroom thinks for you and comes up with its own way of putting the images together. So I'm just going to switch off the auto crop. Sometimes you can see a bit more, and it also means if I want to, I can put this in Photoshop and I can fill in these blank spaces. So let's just switch the auto off. So it instantly clicked the spherical option. So let's see what cylindrical looks like. One thing you should do is make this as big as possible. So that one looks very similar. That one's a bit more wider. Kind of lose a bit of the height of these middle mountains. So let's put the spherical one back on. So I'm going to put an auto crop because the space that's disappeared isn't anything I'm going to be needing really, so that looks quite nice to me. And then all you do is click merge. So you can see in the top left it is now rendering the file. It's not particularly quick, but if you compare it to opening the files in Photoshop and waiting for that and doing it through there, it's really not that much different. So you know, you're saving yourself a couple clicks really. But the great thing about this is it's not saving it as a TIFF or a JPEG, it's saving it as a DNG file. So you're getting a raw file to being able to edit more with it, and actually keeps your files down, because if you save them into TIFFs, the file size can be insane. You know, there's times I've done panoramics that come out at something like 2 gigs on a TIFF. It's just insane to work with. So a DNG is easier to work with, and they're a lot smaller as well, and it gives me more editing as well, possibilities, stuff like that. So we're just going to finish that to wait, and there we have it, it's done. So let's just unselect them, select the file, double click it, and there you have it. There's the file. So it's all edited. Well, it's the Panoramic's edited, but I haven't edited it yet. So if I wanted to, just go straight into my develop module. Let's get rid of this crap out of my way. Move. There we go. Right. So really, just a slight increase in colour, I think. The white balance. Just do a little tweak. A bit more on the blue side. Bump up that contrast. Bring those highlights down just in the sky just a little bit. One thing I tend to do is I just go on the crop tool and try and get these horizons straight, which isn't easy. But sometimes what I do, you always want the middle to be, so I zoom in into it, and you can see that it's slightly wonky. So let's just even that out just a little bit. As you can see now, it's a lot straighter. So that works for me. So that's my short introduction to Lightroom CC's new Panorama feature. So I hope you enjoy this. There's a lot more to come. Thanks for watching. See you later.